Prepare yourself for invasion. This is Indie Invasion.
Scary music.
I get hypnotized by the landing saucer there.
Oh, did you get hypnotized? Sweet.
Yeah, a little bit. I'll admit it.
Look at all those books in the background. That's a lot of books.
It's a lot of reading.
That is a lot of reading. Well, welcome to Thursday night. It's time for Indie Invasion Shorts. Hey, there's Ron. What's happening
What's up,
there?
Ron?
Kentucky Fried Gamer. Welcome, friends, fans, neighbors.
He gets the bell. He's the first one.
Oh, first one. To the fastest 30-ish minutes in wargaming. Welcome to the show. What you been working on there, Mr. Eric Huffman, besides delivering mail?
Started putting together some more of those mechs. I don't have them here, though. They're actually downstairs because I kind of been trying to get back downstairs to the basement. So those things go together so fast.
Yeah, the mobile arms ones. Do you have any magnets?
No, I do. I haven't tried to see if they're the same size. I think they're the same size, though. I just haven't tried them yet to see if they work. I usually, in the past have done magnets, I've done it after I've painted them and everything, you know.
I got you.
I'll have to see if they're the right size. If they're not, though, magnets, like you go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby or whatever, they have tons of stuff there for that. So
yeah, they don't usually have the small neodymium magnets.
No, yeah,
ones. So you've been working on those. Well, I worked a little bit on some minis that we're going to talk about tonight, but not too much. But actually, mostly this week, I've been doing something very different. Actually, 5 days ago was Little Mac's birthday. He turned 11. And if you remember when you were a kid, whenever you would get an RC car, they broke. Now he generally takes pretty good care of stuff, but they're generally cheap unless you fork out some money.
Yeah,
right? You get what you pay for. So I decided this time, all right, I'm going to fork out a little money and get him a rock crawler, a little mini rock crawler. Well, that is what we have been doing all for the past 5 days. So today. I'll post the picture on Discord. Today we were building a rock crawling course in the backyard, a permanent one, concrete and everything. So we started working on that, and he's just been hooked on that, man. He loves it, and it's a lot of fun. We've been having a lot of fun with it. I found a bunch of stuff that I can 3D print. So I 3D printed some.
I remember that. I think as I was just getting out of the RC hobby, a lot of guys were starting to 3D print like replacement parts because they were cheaper to print them out. There's
all kinds of stuff. I printed a lift kit for the body to make more room in the wheel wells for some bigger tires. Some attachments that I put on so that I can have multiple positions that I can put the shocks in.
Okay.
And right now, the reason I was having some computer trouble before we got on, and the reason I couldn't restart my computer is because I'm printing something, and I'm printing an interior for his. It's a Land Rover Defender, a Traxxas Land Rover Defender.
Oh, okay, yeah. I have a couple Traxxas type stuff. So
yeah,
I got a monster truck, I think, and all that. Yeah.
So I'm printing an interior for him so he can put like a GI Joe or something in there to drive it. So I've been hobbying, but not in what we typically are hobbying. So
okay. Well, my son came over today because he's actually getting ready to go to college next week, and I made him clean out his dresser. So we threw about half of that away because it's like from 5 years ago. But then he comes upstairs and starts going through one of the gaming cabinets. It's where I kept all my card games, and basically swiped half of the Magic cards that were in there. But by him doing that and us digging in there, because we haven't been in there a while, I forgot I had this. There's this place called Inked Playmats where you can send in a custom image and get a playmat made custom one, and I forgot I had this. I pulled this image off online, and I made a custom play mat.
Nice. Was that when you were playing the Transformers
card
game?
Yeah, when I was playing the Transformers card
nice.
game, and I think this company is still around, so you can get whatever image you want. But I found this, and I was like, "Oh man, that's sweet! I forgot I had that. I probably used it a couple times, and that was it." So I got a new.
You can use it for anything else. It doesn't have to be just for.
I know. I was kind of particular. It's like, okay, this is for that game. It's going to stay in its little packing tube, and that's gonna. But now I got a nice little computer mat again.
All right. So, well, I guess since Clem is not here to harangue us and tease us about the chatting portion of the evening. What do you say we get started? Because I don't know. I'm not sure how long this is going to take because I don't know probably as much as I would like to about this. But let me just bring it up here. Here it is. I don't know how. Let me try that with the light.
Make that bigger.
I don't know if the light helps or makes it worse.
Let me see. No,
that didn't help.
That one. No. Okay, I know what I can do. I can do that.
There you go. Okay, so what we have here is Marcher Empires at War. And we need to get something else up there instead of just the book, if we can.
You got minis there? Let's show off some of those minis you were working on.
I can't. We only have the one screen up. Have to rearrange it. Yeah, we know what we're doing. Never fear. That's the one we wanted right there. There we go.
Okay, there we go.
That's what we wanted. All right, and then I can.
Then you can see our lovely faces.
Yeah, if that's what you want to do. It took us a second, but we got it. Okay, so this is Marcher Empires at War. It is not a skirmish game. Ron, yes, you are, because it's all about the 3D printing. It's all about. So this game is by a company called Golden Dragon Games. Mm-hmm. It is currently running on a Kickstarter right now. However, the Kickstarter is only to put the book in book form, obviously, because this is I just printed off. It's a free PDF download, and to put the miniatures into plastic, because right now everything that's in the Kickstarter, or most everything that's in the Kickstarter anyway. What's up, Alan? Wish I was at NashCon too. Most everything that's in the Kickstarter is downloadable from my mini factory.
That's cool.
So it is all available in resin to be printed. And I'm going to show you here. I'm going to switch cameras real quick. And I'm going to show you, I am not getting into a war game. I'm not interested in war games, but I thought that this was really cool. So I'm going to switch that. So here is a selection. Okay, so I said I'm not going to play, but just in case by some weird stretch of the imagination I am able to, I went ahead and picked the faction I wanted. So this is the French. And I did put their weapons in their hands instead of dropping them on the ground and surrendering. But these are the French. It's the setting for it is a weird war kind of thing. It's diesel punk. And I wanted to show these. I tried to get them painted before the show, but I just didn't have time to finish them up. And the cool thing about these is I got 5 models for $5. So the cost at my mini factory anyway is really good. So these are, I want to say they were like sergeants or captains, and they come with a variety. They're multi-piece models, different heads, different arms, and then the body itself is one piece. So, and this isn't even everything that it came with. I've got, let me grab them right here. I put them together on purpose in a bag, in a little baggie. So I got a little baggie right here that has, that's all the rest of the stuff that comes in there. So for every one of the heads that there's a gas mask option. So they can, I put one gas mask on this guy. but there's a gas mask option for every one of the head options. There's multiple arm options, and of course you can mirror them as well. So you can, you can move, say, this guy's sword to his left arm, just mirror those in your slicer. But listen, that's 5 models, easily more than that, because I can print those again and do different combinations. But this is 5 models. It's $5.
Now I see tanks on their website.
Oh yeah,
those look pretty sweet.
There are some pretty large tanks. Actually, I think the French have the coolest vehicles. If you go and look through my mini factory, you'll see they have some of the coolest vehicles. But like I said, I don't know a ton about the game yet. However, like I said, I printed the rule book. It's got some great artwork. Like I said, it's diesel punk. If you're not familiar with diesel punk, just think steampunk and replace the steam with diesel power. I mean, that's basically what it is. I suppose you could think maybe like Dystopian Wars sort of has even though it is steampunk, it has a diesel punk kind of feel. But again, it is a war game. I know one of the pitches that I saw for it was a replacement for 40K. Now, I don't know that's going to happen, but it's pretty cool. It's actually, let me move that light a little bit. Sorry about that. It's pretty cool. So it has a command phase and then an action phase. You're capturing objectives. There's force building, and all of this in the PDF is free. It's all free to download right now.
Looks easy to read too, and I like when they have charts like that.
Yeah, so do I. It seems to be laid out pretty well. I haven't read through the whole thing yet. I've just kind of peeked around at it. There's suppressive fire, which is nice. I really like the artwork. I'll tell you what the artwork kind of reminds me of is the newer edition of County Road Z.
Oh, okay.
Just the style of the artwork, obviously not anything. I haven't seen any zombies in this book yet, so it doesn't remind me in that way. But there's all different types of units, platoons. You've got infantry units. You've got the armor units for your tanks, recon units. So imagine, I was hoping you would show up, Todd, because I happened to see Todd's name over in the Facebook group for Marcher, Empires at War. So I thought you would get a kick. We were talking about it. Thank you, Ron. They do also have a tribe on my mini factory to keep up with the monthly releases. So right now they have the U.S. forces, the French, the Holy Roman Empire, 750 points printed.
You know, Todd.
Well, Todd just posted a picture of one of the tanks he printed in the Discord, so you can pop over and check out what an actual printed one looks like.
Okay.
And then they have the French, the Russian, and the Japanese. Not all of them have the rules developed for them. There's also, I don't want to say it's a faction book specifically, but there's another book that you can download that has the special rules for, I believe at the moment, it's for the Americans, the Russians, and the Roman Empire. I think it's those. Let's see. Here's Todd says, currently Kickstarter, American Plastics, and all the American files for $200. So that's not bad. That's not bad.
And you know what? It looks like there's a lot of lore and fluff and background to this like alternative world, which is kind of cool. It gets you sucked in, right?
Yeah, it really does. It's a cool book. American, French, and the Holy Roman Empire. Yeah, that's the one other fact. I don't want to call it a faction book because it includes all 3 of them. I don't know if down the road it's going to be developed more as far as like individual faction books. But here's what I think is the cool thing about this. And we've mentioned stuff along these lines before. And it's that this started from a company who is producing STLs on my mini factory.
Okay.
They weren't a game company. They were just
making cool models.
Right. They were gamers that were making cool models. that decided that they were going to create their game. So it's a pretty decent sized book. It's a 30, I want to say it was 38 pages, maybe.
It looks like there's a lot of space in there. So even it looks like a quick read, even still.
Yeah. And some, there's, like you said, there's charts and everything in here for the people that like it. And I'm sure that this will be more developed. The book itself is being updated, as people are playing, things like that, as you would expect. The Kickstarter, let me here we go. Todd, Japan and Russia have models, but no rules till the next Battlescribe file release. Thank you for mentioning that. I forgot that. So the vast majority of the way that they're working, like if you go into the Facebook group and have questions about list building, they're just going to send you to Battlescribe. They're going to be like, go check out the Battlescribe that we have set up. It will explain anything. The Japanese models look really cool. Now, on my particular paint job, I wanted to point this out on mine. I want to go back to this. Oh, you did it. Okay, I got it.
There you go.
Is the vibe that I got from it, because it's Weird War. It strikes. It's supposed to be Weird War II, right? That's where everybody strikes. That's where everybody falls. It's World War II, right? All of the weird Achtung Cthulhu.
Yeah,
they all fall right there. Well, the funny thing about this is if you look at these French models, these are World War I uniforms.
As I say, they look a little with the
with the epaulets on their shoulders. So what I did is, after a little of my masterful Google foo, the brown ones that I painted are actually the colors of the French army in World War II, and the blue is the French in World War I. So I kind of, for distinctions, in like if I were to play in my units, say this platoon is platoon A or whatever, Bravo company, whatever they're going to be, I'll have color distinction in them, but that color distinction is still legitimately the French army. So I thought that was cool. And apparently, and it's expanded to other planets as well, which is
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's just what? That's just nuts. So that's kind of Marcher. Really, I would venture to say that Todd, no doubt, knows a lot more about the game than I do.
Hit him up.
I'm trying to remember.
Here, I'm going to put up the website so people can look at some of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how I stumbled on it. Yeah, there's the website. It's really cool stuff. And really, the files. So as I was looking through the files, they are, or appear to be anyway, true 28 millimeter, not pulp 28 millimeter, just regular 28 mil. Although okay. I would venture to say that if I were to put some of these French soldiers with a pulp mini, I think that they would fit in quite well. You could easily you could easily do 7TV or Pulp Alley using these models. I think it would be really easy. Todd said, I just found it 2 days ago. Hi, my name is Todd and I have a problem. Yeah. Well, you're in the right place, sir. You are definitely in the right place. So, I mean, there's some fantastic photos.
Those look cool. Yeah. I'd say check out their Instagram page too. I was looking at that and there's a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah. Just some really, really cool looking stuff if you want to try out a war game that's not bolt action. It's not 40K. I'm trying to think. Achtung Cthulhu wasn't really... It fell, I think, just outside of a skirmish game, but well below a war game.
Yeah.
I wonder too, I have some Achtung Cthulhu models, and I wonder the American forces might actually work in that game to plug in as like sergeants or things like that. The website is really good. They have here we go.
Lots of cool links on here.
Yeah, I did know that, but thank you for bringing that up, Todd. I forgot to mention that the plastics are going to be produced by Wargames Atlantic, which does good stuff. So they're making really good connections as far as getting their stuff plastic produced. And here's my mini factory right here.
40% off.
Sale, 40% off summer
Dang.
sale. Dang it. That wasn't up there when I bought my dude the other day.
I mean, how much is something like some of these go for? I don't see prices. So,
okay. So go scroll down and you'll see some prices.
Okay.
So those are just collections. Just scroll down.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So like I said, I paid $5 for the squad of
that Japanese thing looks cool.
Yep. So even looking at $15 for a vehicle.
Oh man, look at that.
I know, right? Even at $15 for a vehicle, if you think about that, if you pay $15 for that and say, I mean, be ridiculous and add $10 whole for having to print it yourself, you're still at $25. You're not going to get anything. I mean, you could probably get a model tank, like a monogram model tank or something.
Yeah, old school.
But that would be it. And like you scroll up there a little bit, you see the Holy Roman Knights. Very cool. But if you go back right there, those Frenchmen right there. So you see this new French Republic. And the thing you want to remember about this, and of course, now I'm plugging the My Mini Factory side of it more than the Kickstarter side of it per se. But you figure if you can produce what's in there, like 10 models there. Well, if you're playing a war game and you pay the $10 for that file, you're looking at, you can print as many as you want and you can configure them in as many different ways as you want. Todd says their tribe is a great deal if you want to stay up with it. And right now it's the Russians and the Japanese that are getting stuff added to them because they're the new faction. I love that those two Japanese, or the Japanese commander and that French major.
Very cool models.
Yep, I love those models.
I like that you can get guys to put in the tank too. That's kind of neat.
Yep, they're not overly detailed. Oh. Wow, they're pretty. I know, aren't those cool?
Wow. Like the Rocketeer.
Yep. Todd says lots of files for $10 a month, and that's their tribes. So there's a lot of really cool stuff out there. And I would, I'm waiting for the French cavalry to show up.
What?
Gotta have a snowman, dude. Now, see, scroll up a little bit for the title of it. The Truce of 1938. So that's playing off of the World War I Christmas truce.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
So all that incorporated in there is really neat. Ooh. Flying Zeppelin.
Oh, look at the little tunneler. And
yeah, the tunneler reminds me of the Confederate Wild West Exodus.
Yeah, I got that.
That might actually be a good replacement for not being able to get the mole.
Yeah, you can't get it anymore.
Yeah,
that's pretty neat. I like how it shows all the rivets and.
There you go. There it is. The mono wheels.
Wow,
I love those. Come on, those are great.
That is pretty neat. Very different models.
I'm not sure I would like painting that, but
now do they have like a standard base?
Now I don't know about
That's cool.
I don't know about any of the vehicle stuff, and Todd may know the answer to this. I don't know where it states it. It might state it under the file, but the miniatures are on a 25 mil.
I like this car. You could use this car for like apocalypse games, really, because it just looks so different.
Oh yeah, you could do a ton of that'd be great in 7 TV.
Yeah,
Alley. You could slap that thing down on a twisted table. Some of these models, as far as just the files themselves, could easily be incorporated into Twisted because, if you lean a little bit more towards the World War I side of it, you're starting to get in the era of Twisted crossing over with that. And Todd says Battle Scribe has base sizes in there. So yeah, lots of really cool stuff. And
wow, there's, oh my gosh, look at that.
Yeah.
You guys that like airplane models.
I think I'd probably do that on my FDM printer, though.
Yeah.
I don't think I would do that on that. You kill somebody with it on your resin printer.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do it hollow, but then I think it'd be pretty brittle because of what it is. But there's quite a bit of stuff, and there's always new stuff coming because they're continuing, like I said, to develop.
Oh, that's cool.
They're continuing to develop right now the Japanese and the Russians, and then there will of course be stuff.
That's got a little TIE fighter feel right there.
Yeah. Now, if you look, and if you want to get upset about it, you can. But you'll notice, like if you look at the weapons on this particular guy, they very, 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 very much look like 40K weapons.
Yeah.
If you go back and look at that fighter aircraft, I think it was a U.S. aircraft. It is very, very, very much a 40K style of aircraft. So there is most certainly a vibe of 40K in it, in the weapons. I mean, if you look at that guy from the back, he very much looks like a knight.
Yeah.
From Warhammer.
So look like
now I don't have any problem with that. It's just if you like the aesthetic of 40K, so that if you go up a little bit to that plane right there, that is 100% a 40K aircraft.
It's chunky, right?
Yeah. So yeah, Todd points out French come with plasma, melta, and snipers, and they're very obviously plasma, melta, and sniper. But again, that's okay. They just have that same feel, but it's not grimdark. It's more diesel punky. And I don't think in my mind, it's more of they have chain swords, but in my mind, it's more of a nod to 40K than it is, like trying to rip them off. I don't feel like it's that, but I don't know. They may have been sitting around the table designing it, going, you know what? I'm going to make my flamer look exactly like a 40K flamer because I hate those guys. I don't know, but I don't get that. It doesn't seem that way. It seems more like it's a nod towards the game. So,
yeah, it's more of like in the field, but for half the price. Actually, more than half the price, really.
Yeah. So, if you want to get into something, I mean, I could see that if somebody had a bolt action army already, you could just print the rules and give it a shot, see if you wanted to try it out.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of lore there going on.
That's what I find interesting. There's all this just like history and fluff to get sucked into.
Yep. And currently the Kickstarter, the target was only $10,000. So I'm like, okay, it's at 26 right now. So it's easily, and it's still got 23 days to go. So if you guys want to share any of this and get the word out, if you're interested in it, you can check it out, as is very typical with any Kickstarter. You have stuff like you can do a $1 pledge, or you can get a single infantry squad. You can get a group. You can get in this case, you can do like files, or you can get physical platoons, infantry platoons. You can get, like Todd said, the entire line for the United States for $200. Let's see, physical infantry company. So there's lots of different options for what you could do. They've got some images of various things on the Kickstarter. You can go over and you can check it out. And there's links in the description to all of these. And of course, there's your stretch goals. But I just think it's cool that the game has come directly from a company that was just making STL files. That's what they were doing. So Anyway, that is Marcher. I would encourage you. You know what? Here's the thing. If nothing else, if you have zero interest in playing the game, but you have a little bit of time to kill, download the rulebook. Read it. What's the worst could happen, right, Ron? You can get into the game. Oh, yeah. Geez. Oh, my goodness. Todd, I can't believe I totally missed that. That's what I like, too. That's the only thing that would draw me in is it is a D10-based game. So that would actually draw me in because I do like a D10 system. I love it in the Drowned Earth. I loved it in Wild West Exodus. I just like the, I don't want to say swinginess, but just the probability that is found within that dice set, Vice, D6s, or, you know, whatever else you're using. So there you go, folks. Marcher, Empires at War. United States, French, Russians, Holy Roman Empire, and Japan. And probably, who knows what's coming after that.
Yeah.
They may expand. They may get some Italians in there. I mean, that would be the Holy Roman Empire, but I don't know if they're going to make a distinction between, like, I don't know. I have to read the fluff on where they have the Holy Roman Empire sitting. Like, does it fill that? Or, I mean, are they going to have Germans? Who knows? Only the Shadow knows.
Well, you could add the Shadow. It's about the same time period, right? Yeah, I mean, this is like if you're a 3D printer and you're looking for something to print, there's so much available.
Yeah.
Just pick a faction like all of our games from our youth that you get attached to, and you get everything, print everything, paint all of them.
Yep, absolutely. 100%. So I think if nothing else, it's at least worth checking out as far as read the rule book. I mean, what's it going to hurt you besides you buying into a game that maybe you didn't want to because you read the rule book? You know, Ron makes a good point too. I saw that a little higher up. What did he say? Skirmish version. It would be cool to have a skirmish version. Todd's given us a little fluff. So the Holy Roman Empire is the German states that never united and brought them together under the Holy Roman Empire. Okay, so that's where. So that gives you that would, in my mind, that would make me think that the Holy Roman Empire is going to end up being a pretty broad. Like you're going to be able to have different types of units within it. That would be kind of fun because you can have representative Italian forces, you can have German forces. You know, you can mix it up a little bit. So anyway. That is all we got.
All right. Interesting. Always fun to find out about something a little new and fresh. And of course, from an independent company. It's very cool. It's something that we love talking about. And I hope you guys check it out. If all else good, like you said, right, Mac? It's free to download and check it out at least. Yeah,
just download it. Download the rulebook. Give it a read. I still have to download the faction sort of book and check that out. Good to see you, Todd. See you around, Ron. I think, is it my turn to take us out?
It's your turn.
See, that's what happens when you don't mirror. You have to think about it, that left is right and right is left.
Yeah.
It's like the old flying simulator games. Everything was backwards.
Oh, I hated those things.
I know it. Okay, guys, thank you for joining us for another Thursday night of Indie Invasion Shorts. Hopefully you guys will go over and check out Golden Dragon Games and solve their gaming problem one game at a time by helping them by backing their Kickstarter, or at the very least, joining the tribe, going and buying some product and printing them out. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, smash all the buttons, and join us every Thursday night. Most Thursday nights. Sometimes computers break and things happen.
You almost had one tonight.
Yeah. And sometimes Eric is still out delivering mail or delivered so much mail he's too tired. So join us most Thursday nights where we will talk about games and sometimes hobby and other things. You can check us out on all the podcast platforms out there if you want to give us a listen on whatever your favorite podcast platform is. Also, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and Discord. Drop us a line at indieinvasion@gmail.com. And speaking of the Discord, go over and check it out. I'm actually going to post a picture of Mac's crawler track. And cool. Todd said that he posted a stat card for Marcher. So if you want to check that out, you can go over and check that out as well. And that is how that works. Also, if you need any product, head on over to the Redbubble, where you can get hats, coffee cups, shirts, shorts. One day you need boxers or something, do-rags, whatever it is that you need, you can find them there. But until next week, when you guys are out there playing your games, 3D printing your marcher miniatures, don't forget, prepare yourself for the invasion.